How you doing? Of course, from wherever you are catching me, Mukambam to how you doing? Super excited to be here once again, and I hope everything is moving on well. Luze Andrew Anderson is my name. How you doing? Of course, from wherever you are. Yes, of course, sound is beautiful, really nice and lovely. Imagine. Imagine I'm working. Imagine Tyler is 3 years. Now I'm here. By this time it is 10. Tyler, you go to bed. Now you go to bed and sleep. You go to bed. It's 11. It's late. You go to bed. You go to bed with your laptop and sleep. Yeah, it's late. If I'm shouting for you, go to bed and sleep. What's how you doing? Of course, I'm super excited to be here. For some reasons, each time I come here, I try to remind you that we used to do politics, but I told myself after 2026, we are no longer going to be doing politics, and we'll be doing human interest stories and having discussions in a given way. And you should not leave today. Let me tell you something. Starting afresh is one of the things that really scare a lot. Yeah, starting afresh, it scares so much. Some people just get it scares so much to start afresh that some people even go ahead to not start at all. You get the point? Nti otia nyo, yeah, starting afresh now no nti, you have a school, you're going to school for the first time. You feel scared. You're like, will I really make it? You get scared, and it is okay to be scared. It's just like it's okay even for guys to cry. But because some people are super are so scared, at the end of the day they begin to go why? Because of how the testosterone moves in us, and you're like, the hormones, the way they work, and you're like, neda, I'm not going to try. But at the end of the day, if you don't try, then you can never know whether you can do it. Now, let me give you an example. Me, when I was having my son, when the baby mama told me that she was pregnant, I got scared. I was super scared. But after all, by that time I also wanted to get a kid. You get the point. But I was super scared. And all men, by the way, get scared first time. That's why most of them they end up saying let's abort. Yeah, because they are scared. But now, if you don't try, no, I don't want water. But yeah, no, I don't want water. So if you don't go and etc. What may, and you just go ahead and do it. Yeah, that's when you notice that, hey, it was this easy. Me, I was always scared of doing something new. I was always scared. I just got a technique named I have a friend of mine, he's abroad, but that friend of mine is one who really surprised me. For him, he went to Dubai. He didn't, in his family, no one had ever traveled. Yeah, in his family, no one has ever traveled like out of Uganda. But one day he told me, you know what, I feel like I want to travel. And he did have friends, like this one is in London or but one day he woke up, of course, did the paperwork, and went to Dubai. And he didn't know anyone there. Anyone. He didn't know anyone there. On the plane when they were going to Dubai, then he was seated with a lady, but in like her 50s, 60s. He tried to befriend her, told her the real story, like, you know what, I'm traveling for the first time. Yes, I'm also going to Dubai, but I don't know anyone there. Can you imagine? I told myself initially, even if it were going to Gulu and I don't have anyone there to settle, I don't think I would do it then. Now, I'm going to tell you how you can overcome that fear. But now, even if someone calls me and they're like, we are going here, we don't know anyone there, I would go. Because because you look at it like this, the first time, even if it's a female or a male, when you're going to become a father or a mother, you get scared. You get scared. You're like, how will I feed him? What will we eat? What if he gets sick? What next? It all scares. But at the end of the day, when the kid comes through and then, you see him crying or you see him happy, the joy that you get is different. But remember, initially you were scared. Just like getting a new job, just like losing a job. Hi, yeah, yeah. When you lose a job, most people get super, super excited. Sometimes they can go through depression and anxiety. Before you know it, they fail to recover. Yes, that's the one. They fail to recover to do something else. But now, me, yeah, as I told you, for people who were there yesterday, we had WBS TV where I used to work. It closed. Oh, it scared me. I went through it. But that first time when it happened, I was like, let me now start sorting my life. Like, each time I get into something new, I try to find out the exit. The time I separated with the mother of my kid, I was scared. I was super scared. I was like, now how are things going to go? The first time I started staying with my son, the two of us, that was super scary. Who is this? Hey, Steven, yo, how you doing, my brother? So the first time when I started staying with my son, it was scary. Very, very, very scary. I didn't know. Yeah, I was scared the first time I started staying with you. I was super scared. I didn't know that I could take care of you. I didn't know I could. And what happened is, I got the first maid. Things didn't work out. House help. I got another house help. Things didn't work out. I got a third one. Things didn't work out. I was like, no, I'm going to be with my son. Let me try and I see what happens. Most of the parents, more so if they are separated, mother, father separated or divorced, sometimes the person who is going to remain with the kids, they always get scared, like, how will I really take care of them? But gradually when you do it, before you know it, you're like, I can do it. Right now, we wake up, we sleep a little late with my son. So we wake up like at around 10, 11, 12. Even at 1 we wake up. Even at 1 we wake up at 1 because we sleep late. I don't know who got this thing that if it's at night, people are supposed to sleep and during the day they are supposed to be working. I don't know where that came from, because there's some people whose day, because day means the time you're supposed to be doing your thing, yeah? It's not supposed to be like day, that's when you're supposed to be working, then at night you're supposed to sleep. Because there are people who work at night and during the day they are sleeping. So I don't know where that came from. So me and my son wake up a little late. So we don't take breakfast, by the way. Once in a while, but for him he takes. Me, I don't take breakfast. I make breakfast for him. Then after, he has to brush, then clean him up. Today we went for a road trip with his car. Now I'm used. And each time, in case he goes, and let me say he goes somewhere and stays there, let me say for a month, by the time he's going to come back again, I'm scared. But now, because you reach a time and you're like, now, when I lost the job at WPS, it was so scary. That's for the people who were watching yesterday. Then I told myself, I have to plan for my life ahead, like 1 year ahead. As I told you yesterday, I save all the money. Let me even share this slide. It scares, I remember even when everything. But those who dare start, yeah, because that's why most of the people don't start. Like building, yeah, most people get scared. They're like, that whole thing. If they tell them how much it would cost, and they tell you the house you want is going to cost like 200 million, and guess what? You're having like 1 million, but they've told you 200 million, so you feel like it's impossible. But guess what? When they go and they dig the foundation, Let me say you're having only 2M. Now they are going to take like 1.5 for the foundation, for the people who build on flat land. When they start and they put the first brick, you're like, but it is possible. It is possible. Then they put another, it's possible. But if you fear to start, then you can never know if you could do something or you couldn't. You get the point? Because now me, I don't know. I talk a lot about my son because he's the experience I've gotten. I've taken little. So from that, the other guy I told you, the one I started telling you, the one who gave me that courage of starting. As I told you, I was on a plane. Now there, he was seated with a lady like in her 50s, 60s. He told her the truth. He was like, you know what, I'm coming to Dubai. Of course, we are going to land. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. For a matter of fact, I have like $200 with me. That's little money, by the way. I don't know what to do next, just in case I reach Dubai. Then the old lady's like, no worries. You can come stay with me. I'll teach you how to look for jobs. And just like that, the guy stayed at her place for like a couple of months. He got a job. He started working. Before you know it, he had, of course, baby mama with a kid. Also brought them to Dubai. At the end of the day, now he is in which country? He is in is it Canada? No, he's in Australia right now. Again, he went to Australia, not knowing anyone there, But guess what? This boy, we are age mates, but the boy is successful. Why? Because he dares start. Me, I'll be telling you lots of stories. When I was here, when I noticed that I had, most of the youths, we waste a lot of time, doing a lot of nonsense. So I wasted a lot of time doing a lot of nonsense. Of course, we have dreams. Some of them come true, others don't. So I told my sister, she's called Winnie, and very soon we'll be having some chats with her. She'll be here and we'll be having some chat. So she told me you should buy land. Initially, she told me when I was still a kid. She told me, I think I was working at Dalbias. She told me I had like 5M. Those are many years, like 15 years ago. I had like 5M with me. So I said I want to buy a car. My sister told me, no, you should save. At least you buy land. I was still working at Dalbias. I was like, nada. I'm not buying land. I don't want land. I want a car because I want the way how people look at me. If you're driving a car, then guess what? They would give you, in case you get a gig, they basically give you more money than when you don't have a car. Because I was looking at what people will, the way they would perceive me. I thought it was important. So she's like, okay. Then I bought her car. I drove the car. I think I wasn't ready to drive a car. That car was one of my nightmares. I ended up like almost just giving it out to one of who used to be my friend. I almost just gave it out. Now, I grow up. She tells me, you know what, we should buy land and maybe build. I was like, this is impossible. I had like on my account. Anyway, I had started saving, but the money was little. So she's like, no worries. We looked for land, and I have little money. Imagine I had like, let me say, I had like on me 20 million. Yeah, 20 million. So now we start looking for land. But deep down in my heart, I'm like, okay, now we get land. How? Like I was trying to contemplate, but reality we got. So now we find the place, on a hill where I am right now. And when I looked at the view, I was like, we are going to buy here. Guess what? We had like only 20%. Yeah. Okay, like 35% of the money. 35%. That is little, boss. And guess what? The way we were working. It's not like I had a job. Like you're very sure every month they are going to give you like a 600 or a 400 that you know when you count, in about these years I would have completed. We paid. I was scared. Surprisingly, before I know it, we completed the land. Yeah, we completed the land. And now she's like, you're supposed to build. So of course we did those things of the plan, with the architectures. But again, deep down in me, I'm like, it's impossible. It's so impossible. Before I know it, the end result is for the people who don't start. Like, let me say, you imagine, you want to enter, let me say, politics. Yeah. Sometimes you feel like it's impossible. It cannot. Things will not work out. What?
What is this?
Water. No, water. This is my water. You took water. You will just on bed. I'm not going to give you more water. No, I'm not. You've taken enough water. You've taken a whole bottle of water. I'm not going to give you. No, I'm not going to give you. It's at night. You will just on bed. No. You will just on bed. I'm not going to give you. Be good boy. You go on your laptop. Let me finish here. Do you want to go to bed? Okay, now don't disturb me. No, don't disturb me. Yeah. Don't disturb me. I'm not going to give you. You took the whole bottle of water. All of it. You're going to go to bed, and tomorrow I will not take you to shop if you're disturbing me. So at the end of the day, I learned one thing. I just dare start. I just start. Whatever happens on the way, well and good. And this thing of failing, most people fear failing because they know if they fail, they will be mocked at. Yeah, they'll be mocked at. Hey, you failed. Blah, blah. We are 1 trillion people. Yeah, we are 1 billion people around the world. Yeah, you're just one person, and you're like, what will they say? No one gives. No one cares. No one cares. That now I put that I've grown, I've passed through life that things have not been easy. When I used to do parties, hang out, I used to have friends, boss. In my phone, let me show you something. On my phone, I'm going to show you the. You see, these are the groups. You go, Susu. This. Yeah, I go put light. Okay, let me come put light. Let me show you. I have, let me show you. This is my phone, and this is WhatsApp. Yeah, these are WhatsApp groups. Yeah, you see, I can scroll like this. All these are WhatsApp groups. I'm in over 1,000. I'm like in over 2,000 groups. And how many contacts do I have? Let me show you how many contacts do I have. I want to show you the contacts I have. Where do I go? I have over 3,000. I have over 3,000 contacts in my phone. Like I have like 3,450 something contacts. But when things went west, yeah, and things had started not working out well, in all those contacts, I don't have anyone I would talk to. I don't have anyone I would talk to. And by that time, when I started being with my son, I went through depression and anxiety. Yeah, I didn't know whether I will do it because at the end of the day, I'm jobless. That you should know. I'm jobless. I've been jobless like for how long? I've been jobless like for 3 years. 3 years, yeah. 3 years I've been jobless. Totally jobless. So now I'm staying with my son. And I don't know what next. In all those contacts I've shown you, I had 0 person I would talk to who can really understand me. I remember it was very late at night at around 3, 4. Do you know whom I called? I called Don Zella. And we had stopped talking with Don Zella like for over 5, 6, 7 years. And I talked to her and I told her what I was going through because I felt she was the only person who would understand me. But I was like, it's possible. It's possible. I'll work it out either way. And guess what? Things worked out. Things worked out. And now, again, when stuff happened to me of recent, I didn't know what was next. But now, one thing I learned, I plan a year in front. Everything I do, I plan a year in front. That now, if I know I'm okay, I'm sorted for a year, I have the finances to sort me for a year. It gives me that peace. Yeah, it gives me that peace that, either way, if things go wrong, I'll be okay. And when you are not serious with your life, yeah, guess what? You have very many friends. Yeah, you have lots of friends. If you're not focused with your life, I started focusing with my life, like, to be intentional. I always tell my sister that I'm intentional. I do basically everything knowingly. It is planned and I do it. It is planned and I do it. But now, these things of not being, it is, and when I was planning out my life for the last 1 year, 2025, yeah, I lost almost all my friends. Not almost, I lost all of them. All of them, the close friends. The friends I had been with for years. Like, there is one I had for like, since I was 8. Now I'm 37 years. I lost him also. Why? Because I was trying to explain to him that, man, we have to focus on our life. And for us, I didn't know that for us guys, when you grow, you reach, there is that age you reach, yeah? Now you feel like you're out of time. You're out of time. And that's the time now you try to straighten up your life. It scares. Now, I was in that mode. And my sister told me, yeah, that's how it works. Every man experiences. Just like how when it comes to girls. To girls, there's that age you reach and you feel like you have to get kids. Yeah? You feel like time is running out. It scares. It really scares. And then you're supposed to figure it out. Somehow. You can always figure it out. Now me, hey, starting afresh, I can start afresh anytime, any day. Anytime, any day. Why? Because I always have a backup of 1 year. That's what I was telling you. Get a backup of 1 year. Save some money, Let it beat the year. Like, when things mess up and I'm jobless, I can spend a year. Without working, but everything will be normal. I'll be staying in the same house I'm renting. I'll be eating the food I've been eating. So now that is in me. Like, each time I know I don't have backup, then I can get scared. But if you do that, you can always start afresh. And for the people who start afresh, they are the ones who can become successful. Why? They don't fear. And now those who think, what will people say? How will... Plan out your life. I told you, for the guys, I think it was yesterday, but I told you, now everything I do is intentional. Everything I do is intentional. I wouldn't be here and someone tells me tomorrow there is something and I'm going to go there. Nada. Even when I'm jobless, yeah, a stay-home dad, 24/7, just there. Just there chilling. But I have hope that if I plan out this and this goes like this, I can survive. So always make sure, I told you guys yesterday, if your rent is 500,000 times 12, that is a year. Put the money on the side. Food, how much do you eat? I eat this much. Get it, put it on the side. That even when something happens, you're like, cool. You relax. You're like, no worries. Let's see what's coming next. And if you learn that thing of anxiety, But there are again people who are okay with their lives even when they are not okay. That's also not cool, yeah? You find someone, let me say, they are jobless, but they don't care, They don't care. They are okay, And in Uganda, by the way, you can survive even when you're jobless. You can survive. You can go, before you know it, you crib at your friend's place. You'll be there like for a year. I mean, the entire time, by the way, the 15 years I worked on TV, at my place there were always people staying there, and more than 3 of them. More than 3 at a good day. At my home we could be like 15. And because all these people are around you, yeah, you lose focus. Yeah, let me tell you something. If you listen to loud music, for the people, for the lovers of music, me, I love music, yes, but where I stay and the entire time I've been there, I never got hoofers, for the youths. Okumanya nti kati atandise okurentinga. The first thing they do, get a mattress. After getting a mattress, get hoofer. After getting hoofer, what next? Yeah, life starts sometimes with a TV. The entire time I've never had hoofers, and my friends could be like, "But man, we have to play that," and I'm like, I don't like loud music. For some reasons, I just don't like loud music. Now, each time you're surrounded by many people, you lose focus. You feel like everything is right, even when everything is not right. The more you listen, that's why that's why most people say, like in the bank. Do you know why the bank is always there's that little music? It's like a slow music, very little, very little in banks. Now that's where the money is, very little. And now when you go in slums, it's always noisy. Some Karakasa guy is passing, someone is knocking, the people doing welding, someone else is saying vulgar. It is always very noisy. That's why when you go in like if you go like in places like Mienga, Kololo, yeah, the places we call the rich people's places, they're always quiet. Do you know why? People are thinking, people are thinking. They don't like noise, just like in the bar. And in the slums, everything is making noise. Noise here, kids shouting there. You cannot focus, like seriously. Now me, I spent at home 1 whole year without going anywhere. For 1 year, not moving, not visiting people, no parties. And at least I sorted my life 40%. Okay, not 40. Okay, like 60%. 60% in 1 year. That's when I sorted myself. Like now, I can see where I'm going if I'm consistent. And sometimes people do things that they are not consistent. I had a guy, a friend of mine, he's called Kosi. This boy was super talented, but consistent. You see, most of the people don't understand consistency. Consistency is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. At least results will definitely come. But if you do something once and then you chill, again you do once and then you chill, results would not come out, yeah. But when you're consistent, you're like, I will do it and I'll do it again and I'll do it just like these lives I'm doing. I'm telling you, I'll be doing them every day, and we'll get our time, yeah. We get to know like from 8 to around this time every day. Even during day, we'll have again to do some live. We just have chats. Then sooner, when everything is sorted here, then we'll start inviting in guys, and then we could have some chats. But if you fear starting, just like going to a new school, it scares, but you definitely go. I told you how I learned to ride my bike. I got the bike, it was scary, it's a big one, and yes, it scares, but definitely you learn. Now, if you fear and you think of what will people say, guess what? You can never start. And if you don't start, then how will you know that you were good at the given thing? You just dare start. Everyone who is going to be there to judge you in 100 years, they also be dead, and you would have died minus doing anything useful with your life. Like me, truthfully speaking, when it comes to going abroad, I don't know. I'm optimistic going abroad. I feel like people abroad work a little they work a little hard and they work more, you know. You know that kind of life whereby you pay for everything. Did you notice that the people who lived before us, they almost didn't pay for nothing, you know. They had homesteads, you know, they get, you know, they build houses in earth, yeah. They get mud, you know, they have, you know, they build, they go to the garden, they get food, water, they go to the well on the river, you know, everything was working out. But nowadays, you pay for everything. You go to the toilet, you're using a toilet paper. You want water, you know, there's bottled water. Again, you have to pay for it. You pay for water at home. You pay for electricity. You pay, basically, you pay for entertainment. You pay for it. You pay for everything. Oh my goodness. So me one day I was like, I want to stop for paying for paying for stuff. Yeah. I'm like, how can I do it? So far, where I'm going, ndabayo, because now for electricity I use solar. For transportation, I have my electric bike. Even my son's bike is electric. Then for yeah, you know, those basic things. Because now you see up here there is off grid. Water, as I told you, for the people who watched my first video, I dug my water because the system wants to keep us working. Yeah, and their system, by the way, did you know if one day men just decide not to get married, do you know the economy of the country would fall? People just be like, we are not getting married. Because when you get married, for guys, now you have to leave Akameza, people have to feed, people have to go to school, you know, all these things. So each time people get married, it's business for government. If you didn't know, Ndagire Prosi, what are you doing? Ndagire Prosi, Agamba Blaka, Laisi Remashan, our TV is back. Yeah? Hey, yeah. The TV is back, just that we did some change. Now we are not going to be doing any more politics. Yeah, we are not going to be doing politics. We are going to be doing human interest stories. So, do you know each time you get married, yeah, it is business for the government? Because you look at all people who are married, yeah? Look at all people who are married, yeah? Like they have a family, yeah? You have a family. There is a mother, father, and the kids. Now, business, how does this work for the government? Now, when you get married, that means this man has to provide for his family for the rest of his life. That means these kids will get sick, they have to take them to the hospital. That is money for the government. These kids have to go to school. That is money for the government. Of course, you will need transportation. You'll buy a car, but of course, you have to fuel it. That is money to the government. But now, let's imagine you decide not to get married. You wake up and you're like, I'm not getting married. I'm not getting kids. Do you know that even when you're like, you're not going to get kids, do you know the government here, because all these necessities we are paying for, it is basically money going back to the government. You get? No, water is over. Water is over. So at the end of the day, this system here, this system, the way how this system, they really want to keep us working until we cannot anymore. Until we cannot. And now me, I notice that system and I want to move out of that system. I want to move out. Now this education thing also. I want to move out of that system. And you can be successful at it if it is planned out. People right now, they all want to live off grid. They don't want to pay for anything. What? What is that? Yeah. Okay, you help me with this way. I also charge my phone. You've charged enough. You bring it also. So this system, the guys are keeping us in. It's really, yeah, you go to bed. It's really unfair to us. It's really unfair to us, this system. But Munange, what to do? But if you move out of the system, you can be successful. You can be successful if you move out of the system. Ah, dang. So, as I told you, just like in the title, starting afresh. If you fear starting afresh, you'll never do anything important with you. You imagine, yeah? Like people who love getting married. I told you, to be a marriage, people who come. I noticed, and I'm still doing my study to see whether really marriage is that important. It's just headache. Headache. I have a friend. Each time I tell her that marriage is 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 a scam. That's the word. Marriage is a scam. You know, you imagine you could sleep in your bed like you put one leg this side, another one this side. The hand the other side, and now before you know it, you're sleeping with someone who wants to hold you like this. You cannot even sleep comfortably. And in these things of getting married, it's the women who benefit the most. Each time, I told my sister, and I told her, when you get married, it's basically the women who benefit a lot. We guys, because what is it that the ladies provide? They only provide pum pum fire. That is all they provide, pum pum fire. And now, because you want to get pum pum fire, now what happens? You get married. After getting married, what happens? You get kids. But before getting kids, you're supposed to provide for this lady. For the rest of for the rest of her life, you're supposed to be there providing for food, clothes, shelter, and now the kids come through because you wanted the pom pom fire. Now you're supposed to take care of all these kids. It is basically the women who enjoy. They are the ones, they are sorted, from their parents helping them all through life. Now they get married to you, and now you're to help them all through life. I told you, me this system, I was like, the hardest thing that could give me hard time was washing for my son, because we stay the two of us, and most of the time when the people see me with him, they're like, but how does he do it? Now I noticed the hardest thing why I would need a wife was to wash clothes and cook food. I've talked about cooking food. I've been boiling water. I've forgotten. Let me come.
Oh no, boiled water.
Yeah, boiled water.
Egg.
No.
What?
I had forgotten that I'm boiling water. So guys, so I noticed the reason why I would get a wife, was for like two major reasons. Number one, to wash clothes. We got a plan for that. We got a washing machine. Number two is cooking. I can cook kabisa with my son. So now I'm like, why get someone? You find guys moving on the road and they are talking by themselves. Why? Because they have those kids at home plus a wife whom they provide for. These things are not adding up. Marriage is a scam. And I'm telling you, marriage is a scam. Don't get married to provide for this human being whom you don't know came from. And when they come, they have a lot of rights. Yeah? They have a lot of rights. You get married, that is a contract. That's why there is paperwork involved. And then after signing somewhere that you're married, now this lady is entitled to all the property you have. How? 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 This marriage thing is really a scam, because you're into a contract. That's why I told you, marriage is business for the government. Having families is business for the government. Why? Because now this man is going to work his ass off for the rest of his life, providing for these individuals. Just because of one thing, pom pom fire. of which,
That is pom fire.
yeah. My son is saying pom pom fire. Do you know pom pom fire?
Yes,
What is pom pom fire?
it's you.
It's me with pom pom fire. So at the end of the day, because a gentleman wants to get pom pom fire, now this lady, because there's a contract, yeah, done, and now you're married, and now someone is entitled to your property, and you have to take care of the whole family as a man. Nah, 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 nah. It doesn't. I'm still making research. Maybe by the end of the research, I'll come back and I tell you that, do you know what? I think marriage is not a scam. But for now, marriage is a scam to me. And I don't think anytime soon I will get married. And and you see these things, the way they are done, yeah? Now the religion comes in. Religion comes in, and then the Bible says no fornication. You see how these people are ruling the entire world. Eh? And now, because you're having sex before marriage, now someone somewhere there up is seeing that you're doing something wrong, and now you will not go to heaven. And now you're like, true. So now you don't. Now you go into that contract. You see how these people got us? You see how these people really got us? But things just don't add up. They don't add up. Anyway, I think we're not going to talk for a lot. I don't know for how long have we talked. Let me see. For how long have we talked? I want to see for how long we've talked. Wait. We've talked for an hour already. Really? For an hour? I don't believe it. We've talked for 1 hour. Really? Wow. 41 minutes. Anyway, guys, marriage mjitunulire nga mwegendereza. Mjitunulire nga mwegendereza. Marriage is scam. There's nothing good there. Fine, the only thing good there, okay, because minus marriage you can have kids, yeah? You can do everything normally. Minus going to the church or to the lawyers. You can. And then, if someone wants to go, they go, but everyone owns whatever they have. The only way, okay, this thing is beneficial is just that when you grow old, now you have someone to take care of you, and even company. But, you lose all your rights in the name of marriage. Someone maybe who loved partying, now no more partying. Why? Because you're married. Anyway, guys, let's call it a wrap. I still remain Luze Andrew Anderson. We'll be having such kind of discussions once in a while. Even during day, we'll be doing some, yeah? Until then, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Bless you, of course, for the people who have been on. Until tomorrow.